Hey guys, what's up? I see that my face is actually in the wrong position, so let's put that in order. Just put me somewhere, let's just put me somewhere here. Yeah, right. Well, that's the perfect position for ReOrder, right? So it looks much better. I'm not sure how the connection will be because, well, this is my first live stream on YouTube. And usually I do this for my patrons on patreon.com/reorder DJ. But I thought it would be nice so you see guys what I actually do on these live streams. And to be honest, it's like the first one on YouTube. So as the title says, we'll be making some sounds in Ableton's Wavetable. Because honestly, I think you don't need like all these expensive plugins if you want to make some really nice sounds. So let's just do a video here where we will just do like a 8-bar loop using just the sounds from Ableton. So yeah, and if you guys are watching now, just yeah, comment and interact and yeah, and stuff like that. Okay, here we go. Let's do this. Welcome to live chat. Yeah, this is gonna be fun. So as I said, we're gonna be using the Ableton's Wavetable to make some simple sounds. So this is Wavetable. It has 2 oscilloscopes with generated waves. You know what it is. These are the basic shapes, and these are the ones we're gonna be using. So let's start with some simple sound. Let's make a, I don't know, trance pad. What do you think? And we'll see how that goes. Just checking the live stream. What's happening here? Why do I have my coffee here? You need that when you produce music. Okay, here we go. So there's the link. It's checking the stream, how it looks. Hello Jermaine, how you doing? So guys, let's start. So we have the wavetable, and let's, as I said, let's do a pad. So I'm gonna rename this one to pad. Let's just call it like trance pad. Boom. Here we go. And this is the basic sound, which is a sine wave. We're gonna be using saw. And let's turn this into a pad. And it couldn't be more easy, like right here in Ableton. Basically, you choose your unison. I would say shimmer is the good one, and then voices, let's put them like up and let's like 40%. Let's see what's gonna happen now. Yeah, it's starting to sound pretty cool. Let's give it one more oscilloscope with the same settings here. Let's make a nice pad. Pretty simple, right? It's like really not much else you can do with this thingy. Polyphony is on top. So let's make like a really nice, you know, cutoff. Here the filter, so we can, when it filtered out, it sounds nice. And this would be like pretty simple. So let's go to LFO1 and let's have this wave to wiggle a little. So we go to the matrix. I'm gonna click here and see, it tells you the oscilloscope positions, and we go to this one to LFO1. Let's give it like 4. And see, it's gonna move up and down, changing the waves, and it's gonna make your pad sound more professional. We do the same with the LFO2. We go to the negative number here, and also here can change the LFO rate. So we have like different ones. You know, it will make it sound more natural, more authentic, and sort of like hardware sounding, you know. So when you play some notes, it's gonna sound pretty cool. Yeah, I like that. Now let's make it a little bit softer over here. So let's add audio effects, EQ8. Here we go. And now let's go to the AMP, which is basically your amplitude envelope, the volume one. We want to give it some attack and some release, so it doesn't, start so rapidly. Nice. I like it. What do you think, guys? Hey, Agnes. Thank you. Yeah, 6 p.m. Thank you, guys. It's one of the new ones. Was fun doing it, actually. I want to do something with that old school sound. How about we try some different unison? Let's try classic. Yeah, that's it. I like shimmer. I think shimmer is like the best one here. So let's make like a really simple melody here on 8 bars. Let's go. We'll use A minor since that's like the easiest. It's just a white key. So let's start. The bass line could be sort of like. Let's hit this button here. Yeah, so it's there. Let's just move it to the correct position. All of it. Sorry, somebody is at the door. We have a postman coming in. So Mr. ReOrder is going to check it out. So let's make these longer. And this is live, guys, so this video might be a little bit funny. Now let's turn this into a chord melody. Here we go. In A minor it's really easy because you only skip one white key and you put the second one and you made your basic chords. And I really like to make these melodies like simple. There we go. So that's our basic chords. Yeah, this end one is a bit abrupt, so let's just put it to G, make it simple. Okay, so now I'm gonna just put them 1 octave higher, just pushing shift up, and let's take these bottom ones. That's a bass line, we're gonna need it for later, so I'm put it right here. So let's have a quick listen again. As you can see, the CPU is crying because we're live streaming, so it's encoding in the same time. Now, the melody is a bit boring, so let's take this one, and we can like invert it, which means we can take any of these and put them octave higher or lower, and just put this one here, these two down here, and this one can go up or down. You can decide, and this should create some really nice melody here. So pretty simple. So we have our pad. Now let's make some leads here. So insert new MIDI clip. I'm gonna actually take this wavetable, copy it here, and turn it into a saw lead or some sort of lead. So let's mute this one for now. We don't need it. It's gonna just eat CPU. So we change the amp over here to make a lead. And make it more interesting over here. So let's go to, where's the pitch? I think it's this one. So we go to the matrix. Over here is the pitch, and we're gonna assign it to envelope 3. Let's just give it, 12. Give some little pitch. Actually, I can type it in, easy. So envelope 2, I said, or envelope 3? Envelope 3. So envelope 3, and then just 0 attack and really short decay. Yeah, that sounds pretty cool. We don't need any release. Maybe even shorter. Now on the envelope 2, let's assign the filter. So again, we go to the matrix. We're gonna click here on the frequency and all the way up. So when you go down, it actually creates that plucky sound. By the way, guys, if you have any notes or comments, just ask right now. I'm gonna change this to 24 dB per octave, so it's a little bit nicer. I can increase the release a little bit more, less decay. That's pretty cool. So we have a, and it's still a little bit too much. Thinking, how can I do this so it's a little bit nicer? One second. Je to na YouTube. Okay, let's say that it will be the lead, and now let's just make it more interesting. Just move this one here. Let's transpose it by 12, so it's 1 octave higher. Yeah, that sounds funny. Or let's do that one. I'm trying to think how to make this sounding more like a pluck, because it's opening too much, and I think it's this one. Just put it down. Ah, that's the one. And that's what we wanted to do. Now let's create a MIDI here. We're gonna be doing a pluck here. Lower this one down, and this one to -6. And now how to make melody out of this chord that we did. So you select both of these, and this will, let's do the ARP here. Let's call it ARP lead. And basically you start by adding the bass notes, or actually let's start with the melody, because then we add the bass notes. So to make it really simple, you just choose those top notes of your chords, and you can go, you know, up and down. So the E here is the same as E here, so you can use that one. So we can do like really simple, you know, typical trance stuff here with just following the chord notes. And over here we can just keep on going. Let's do this one, this one, this one. I'm gonna actually keep on going because it keeps the tension of the melody here. And this is, maybe we can do the a little change, so because we have the E here again, so we can just start over and then just go down here. So we just do the same thing. Basically I can just copy this and put this one down so it's in the chord. So this would be together with a pad. This is how it would sound. It's actually too low. Again, sorry about the CPU lag. Streaming together with producing and using Mac and OBS is just not really working. Okay, so we did this like the simple thing. Now when you look at this melody here, we have some notes in the middle, and they are called connecting notes. So you can actually use these when making your melodies. So let's just do it this way. And over here we can go up and down, and this one we can just keep as is. And let's open it up so we can actually hear it. Yeah, let me just freeze those pads because that CPU thing is just horrible. Whee! Okay, so we have this really simple lead out of Wavetable, and I guess the transpose is not working, so I keep it in here, and let's turn it into an ARP. And how you do that? So when you have these both selected, this bottom node is your bass. So if you fill that all out, that will give you the ARP sound. So we're just gonna fill in the gaps, and since this riff is repeating, it's actually really simple. You can just all copy it like this. Actually pushing Command D or Control D on PC. Here we go, and we created an ARP. Let's just move this one. And over here we can just go down here, you know. Okay, it's horribly lagging. I'm so sorry for that. Okay, when we open it up, we should get like this really nice sound here. Now in the amp, I'm just gonna reuse the release and make this more into a plucky lead. Can try changing the unison on this one. It's very classic. What is this doing? Random note. I like this one, but my CPU disagrees. I think live streaming is horrible. Yeah, man, like Twitch can be good for streaming, I understand, but I'm using OBS for streaming, and I just got a new Mac Mini, which has 6 cores. Should be faster when streaming stuff around. And I don't know why. It's just, you know, what can you do? And there is no hardware encoder. So if you guys have a tip for a good encoding thing that works with Mac and OBS, please let me know, because I couldn't find anything online. Well, I like this one. I'm gonna freeze it. It's gonna be the first one that we use. And let's make like a... And now what will be the next one will be a bassline. That would be a good option here. So this one, let's freeze this. And let's have a listen how they both sounds together. This pad is a bit too loud. It's frozen, so I'm gonna put in a group so I can actually do some EQing there. And get rid of this low end. Now let's say that we like it for now. Now let's do the bass line. So again, I'm gonna go for a wavetable, since we're doing sounds only in the wavetable. Did it freeze up? Yes, it's still working. Okay, cool. So now let's do the bass line. So several options. So let's start with the sub bass. Let's make something really simple. We're gonna use this one. You can actually add a sub. We'll make it subbier, but we're gonna get there. Follow the frequency. Amp envelope 2 will go to filter position. Let's go. Can go 1 octave lower here. That sort of sounds like sub bass. Let's try the 24 dB per octave. Nice, now we can add a sub. Yeah, nice and subby. So again, let's add a MIDI here. Insert MIDI clip. And it's a very simple bass, by the way. Let's just follow the bass line that we have here. Really simple. Let's do like that, a classic offbeat bass. Here we go. I'm hoping it's in a correct octave. Let's have a listen just to the bass. That's pretty cool. I think the sub is a bit too harsh. It's a very long release. I don't like it. The amp envelope. That's the problem here. Nice. Let's just look at the low end here. Yeah, just cut it out. We don't need it. It's actually these frequencies here that's what making your corridor shake really heavily. So try to just clean it up. You can't even hear it. You would have to be a superhuman. If we want, we can open up this bass a little, so it has more of that transient coming through. And yeah, that's a good one. Sometimes I add a little bit of pitch in the beginning of the bass line, just a little. It's in on the envelope 3, and just really slightly. Just to get a little change in that sound. And this is a sub bass, so there's nothing more you want to do to this. It will just sound subby. So you don't have to really put any unison or anything there. It's just there to do the sub. So now let's play it all together. We still have some coming from here. We group this. Let's remove the sub here. Maybe we can add some sidechain, just for fun, to see how it's gonna sound. Yeah, so we have the sub that we wanted to add. Nice. Playing nice. And I notice over here in unison, when you go phase sync, you can actually add voices in the same phase position. So it's just gonna make it louder. But I don't want to do that now, so just none. And where is the gain button for this thing? Over here. So that's the first thing we're gonna do. Now let's do the mid bass real quick. We can use a similar MIDI information. Just add one more note here, put it octave higher. Now let's do the mid bass. We can actually use this sub bass information, put it here. Now how do you turn it into mid bass? This is actually where I'm gonna add the unison. Let's go with the shimmer, 3 voices. We can add another oscilloscope over here. Let's try somewhere in between here. We're gonna open it up a little bit more here on the, and now we can lower it down. It's a little bit too high. So we have our mid bass. Get rid of the low end. Give it some mid. Now this is a little bit boring, so let's give it a delay effect here. We're gonna go 3/4, feedback 15, drive at 15. So we have some stereo there. Nice. How about we rename this to mid bass? There we go. And we can actually put like a kick and percussions and sidechain things around and see what's gonna happen. So let's just add a kick. I have some kicks here from my sound bank. I'm gonna give you the link after this thing, after the stream. Here we go. Where is it? Kicks. Let's pick a nice one. Nice. 41, I think, 43. Yeah, let's use this one. Let's put it there as audio file, put it somewhere on top. So this is our kick. And there should be a fade in the beginning that we don't want. Let's take it out. Here we go. Boom. There you go. So we have the kick. Let's test it out with the sub. Oops. Now obviously it's missing sidechain. So let's just put a compressor here on the mid bass. Sidechain from the kick. And this instance is okay. Attack, let's do like a short one and short release. Now when you move the threshold, you get a sidechain. You can always adjust the mid bass how it sounds by just adding a different shape here. Yeah, and here's the issue. This one is too high. That's insane now. A little bit less sidechain. And let's pick like a different shape. How about this one? Pulse dual. Yeah, that's crazy. And on the LFO, we can just change its position over here. It's a really strange mid bass, but we are allowed to do that. And we can add the position over here as well on the LFO one, but just a little. Could increase the voices here. Yeah, that sounds more like trance mid bass, right? And we have 9 people watching. Thank you, guys. So let's continue here. That sounds pretty cool. Let's add a kick. As I said, this wavetable is actually pretty strong, and I had no idea it's so CPU heavy. Hey Ali, I actually don't use R bass for my sub bass. I actually use R compressor. I'm not trying to add any more artificial sub. I just like the sub to be really clean, so I'm just usually I use silent and just really simple bass. The simpler the better, you know. I'm not trying to overproduce my tracks anymore. I used to do like the long chains of things, and then I realized like the less you overproduce your track, the nicer it sounds and cleaner, and it sounds better on a big audio system. So now let's hear how it all sounds together when we add this. Let's start with the pad. Let's give it a sidechain as well here from the bass. I'm gonna group it and put it on a group. Here we go. Actually, I'm gonna unfreeze this, and that attack is a little bit too long. Now let's freeze it again. I'm gonna take this EQ, put it on a group. I'm freezing it because streaming and producing in Ableton is just virtually impossible. Exactly, Lee. Less is always more. That's a good one. There's something still missing on this Trance pad. Yeah, Wavetable is not my game yet, but I just wanted to make this live stream that it's actually possible you can do it. Now let's try to add the lead. Let's just call this pad group. Pad group. There we go. Let's add this lead. How it's gonna sound. I think we need the compression here as well, since we have the kick playing. Around 400, this is where you have like the energy for your leads, so it's good to raise it sometimes. everything is clipping, so let's put the whole thing by -6 dB, so it's not clipping. I'm not really happy about this lead, so let's make a new one just underneath it. I'm gonna take the wavetable from here. I'm gonna turn this into solid, like the typical one, you know, from all the trance tracks. Freeze again. We need this MIDI. Tak, here we go, the AMP. It's horribly lagging. If you guys watching this and you have any idea how to stream, so I'm not really killing my CPU and working on Ableton, please let me know, because this is incredibly horrible. So freeze both of these. Why is it doing it? Changes to 24. And then we have our envelope not assigned, so let's do envelope 2 for filter 1 frequency. There we go. See, the CPU is just going to kill me. I'm pretty sure we're gonna have to just stop eventually before my Mac will start to burn. So let's say I like this one, so let's open it up. So we have like 2 layers of stuff. Let's freeze this. Hopefully it will help. Here we go. Thinking of putting this one octave higher, so let's unfreeze this one and put it octave higher, like this. Of course. So what do we have here? There we go. Let's play. And let's play it all together. Okay, let's say that it's okay. Let's add some loops in there. Here we go. What do we have here? Actually, you can put some effects as well. So let's start with a crash. Just put a crash in there. Let's lower it down. So that's the first one. Now let's look for some loops. I should have some driving loops here somewhere. Driving loops. Yeah, that sounds like a plan. It's already 138 BPM. There we go. Let's make it lower. We can actually add some sidechaining here on the loop. Let's add a clap. I like this one. Here we go, like this. And let's play it. You can actually add some glue compressor on those leads, so they're nicely sounding together. Let's give it attack 30, short release, and increase the threshold. And they sound like really funny because there's no reverb yet and no other effects. Well, Ali, I just basically always produce to at least -6 dB, so around here. And I don't put anything on my master channel unless really necessary, and usually I just use it to affect the overall track. So we did this, and let's add some reverb. How about that? Reverb. And just do the whole, and we can do the large whole. Can always fix it up. Actually, I'm gonna put it before the compressor and just slight quality high. And that's the most horrible reverb I ever saw. No pre-delay this time. Let's try different settings here. Here is something that says ReOrder reverb. Let's use that. Yeah, let's say we like that. Let's have a listen. Okay, but I'm not happy with that lead. Maybe we can do better. So let's try. Start with a wavetable again. And make something nicer. That would actually sound good. So again, let's go for the saw. Now we have the reverb coming in from here. And we have inner voices. We do. Actually, I'm thinking in the pad, we forgot to do one little thing here to make it sound nicer and more trancey. It's a detune thing. So let's put this one oscilloscope like 15 cents up, and this one like let's say 10 down. So when it plays, that sounds much better. Let's freeze that. And let's go to the wavetable. Let's make a really nice lead. Otherwise, I just can't stop this live stream. So here we go. Let's give it unison, shimmer, voices, 8. Something like sash. Haha. Well, so that's the first thing we're gonna do. Now let's have a look. Let's add one more oscilloscope and let's find some nice shape. Saw dual 3. That's horrible. Quad saw. Wow, there's some crazy stuff here happening. Sync addictive. Like if I was doing EDM, this would be awesome. So harmonics. No wonder guys who are doing like dubstep love this one. Let's just go harmonic series. Yeah, definitely. This is easy to use, but there is only as much you can do with this one. Also, we have some other crazy ones like vintage. Yeah, let's use this one. I like it. Now, what else can we do here? So detune this one a little bit and this one a little bit. Gonna have to turn this away to hear the full sound. very futuristic. Yeah, man, like the reverb from Ableton is like not the best one, but you can get some really nice reverb effect with it. It just takes time to, you know, find the right settings. But it's not like the best one, but it's also not the worst one. Not big fan of this one. Vintage user. Oh, there's nothing there. Of course, retro. Let's just go with the basic shapes because that's just basic is the best. Okay. And over here we have some FM. Makes it sound pretty cool. What about a classic? Just to pause with. Very old school sounding, loving this. We have modern. That's okay, so let's stick with FM. Can do some really crazy stuff in there. Oh, it's very stubby. Let's say that we like it this way. Let's try an octave higher. Cool. What else can we do over here with this lead? So let's make this bigger. So we have a bunch of LFOs, bunch of stuff in there. Let's try to change this one to noise. Not liking it. Actually, the classic sounds pretty cool now on this lead. But really, my winner here is shimmer. What else can we like modulate here? How about again the movement of this little thingy? So we go LFO1, click, and let's just do like 2. So it's moving, and let's do the same thing here, and let's just do -2. Hey Christoph, so happy you made it. Trying to discover the wavetable here a little, and hopefully this video is not too boring. And my CPU is about to die just because I'm trying to stream this at one time. Yes, Darren, this lead is actually playing C up to E4. Well, this one is going to E3, so it's different one. Different. See, this one is like. And then you have this one playing on a lower octave. Actually, you can turn this off so you can hear it. This is how they play together. And I'm gonna take this one and place it on our new lead. It's very crazy sounding, I like it. It's very aggressive a little. So let's go to the AMP here. Ah, here it is. Poof. So AMP. Okay, that works. So let's see how they sound together. So I'll just freeze it again because, yeah, CPU. Whee! Now let's play with the EQ. Like, it's not the best one, but actually it could work. I think we still miss like one more sound, maybe like a plug in there. The wavetable is so really hard to use for me since I never used it. This is like the first time. So let's play our sort of trance track here. How about we will not use this one as ARP. Let's unfreeze it for a second and delete this node here. And instead, just do this, like 2 octaves. Make it a little bit longer. Let's hear it, how it's gonna sound. Yeah, man, the CPU is going mental because I'm streaming this live and I don't have a hardware encoder because I'm on Mac. And I don't know how people who are having Mac are actually streaming, so their CPU is not going to die. There's a 6-core Mac Mini, and it's just not working. So anyone who know how to help, just let me know. Let's unfreeze it again. I want to make it longer. Yeah, that's better. See, I have to use my imagination right now. Yeah, somebody's saying like great kick and bass. Yeah, it's basically all, the bass is all coming from the wavetable. We have one here, the other one here. It will be somewhere in the beginning of the video. So if you want to hear it now. Really simple. So, and now let's just hear it all, what we created here today. I'm actually thinking on this one, I'm gonna, oh, I deleted it. Let's put like unfreeze and let's give it a little bit of a delay. Just on that one. Well, I can tell you that wavetable will not be like my choice for the leads, but you can do some really nice stuff with it, like the basic trance stuff. It's just, I don't know. Serum is much better. Spire is the best for leads, I would say, and Massive. Let's do ping pong, let's do 3/4 again, a little bit tri-wet and feedback. Let's see how that sounds. This freezing is so annoying. Now over here we can actually put some, one more, let's do utility and let's just make it a little bit wider, all those leads. Let's give it like 115. I'm gonna squeeze them with the compressor heavy as hell. Now let's listen. It sounds a little bit good, I would say. It's not like the best, but it's okay. Now let's incorporate this trance part. Sounds definitely really old school. Okay, so this ARP here, I'm gonna unfreeze it and wanna make it a little bit shorter. horrible, this CPU thingy. Well, Christoph, it would be actually nice to have that Elgato capture card, but I realized that, or actually I bought it, then I returned it, because I couldn't figure out how can I actually stream, you know, from one device. I would actually need like extra PC or Mac, you know, to be able to stream what I'm doing over here. Like, I have another Mac, so I might actually give it a go, but only thing I found online about this Elgato capture cards is that you can use it actually to plug it into like a PlayStation or Xbox and stream what you're playing. I'm not sure it's gonna work if I just, you know, used this one Mac with the other Mac. But yeah, might be working, you know. Just out of curiosity, how would it sound with like a nice reverb? Let's try Arts Acoustic. Here we go. Let's go for some simple preset here, leads. Let's do plugs. And let's do above. Let me try to swap the compressor with the reverb actually. Let's try it with this one now. Why is it not doing anything? Something's wrong. Now there is some reverb. It's not the best preset. I think we'll just stuck with what we have in Ableton. Yeah, that sounds much better now. Mixing is a different thing, and I'm on headphones, so not the best choice. Yeah, man, like when you're streaming, it's like it's eating so much of your CPU, and I have a graph here now. It tells me that just the streaming is taking 25% of my CPU. It's horrible. Yeah, what can you do? Okay, so I would say like this is pretty cool, and it sounds almost like a tune. If you give it some effects, you know, and mix it down, I would say from me, like Wavetable is usable, and you can make some really nice sounds with it, and it's pretty simple. But I would say it's not really made for trance. It's just like the options that you have there. Maybe I just don't know really how to use it properly. But I would use it for the the basses and like simple sounds, you know, subs. But you want to make like really nice trance lead with it, it's actually a bit complicated. It would be so nice if you could have like this unison, like for each oscilloscope. It would be very helpful, you know, just to have like a different one. But other than that, yeah, pretty simple. So let's just try to create like a loop track of this and see how it's gonna sound if we just, you know, loop selection this one. And let's play it. We start with the kick and bass. Here we go. And let's add a melody. And here comes the pad. So that's it, guys. If you want, I will just upload this and put the link in the description so you can just have a play at your end. Just let me know. Okay. And yeah, that's it. So thank you very much for watching, and don't forget, this was like really a special one for today. And usually I'm just doing these for my guys at Patreon. So if you want to have like more of these live streams and also some, join our group on Facebook where we actually go through any little problems that you have, just check out patreon.com/ReOrderDJ. And yeah, join us. And that's probably it for today. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you somewhere next time.